Okay, welcome. So today I thought I would just give you a little bit of an update, just about I spoke to Nick Duffell today on my podcast, and just some of the ideas we spoke about dissociation and intimate relationships. So yeah, thank you. So midday today, I had the great pleasure of speaking to Nick Duffell, and yeah, felt quite nervous, but maybe not as nervous as I generally have felt. And I think that's partly to do with my book coming out, that suddenly it's like my book feels a really big thing to come out, whereas the podcast is like, well, it's not not as big as that. So yeah, so what happened in the podcast? So we just some of your questions I sent him through, so we managed to get through most of them. I think the last three we've not basically managed to get through, but I think we managed to speak about them in different areas. So he spoke a bit about his own journey at boarding school, and he talked a bit about the idea of, what, I can't remember the question, but he talked about the three levels of RAC: recognition, acceptance, and change. So the kind of the healing model for healing trauma. Spoke about homesickness, and talked about the SSP, the survival strategic survival personality, and just how that unfolded. He was talking about attachment. Lots of really interesting conversations, and towards the end we just this idea of how do we change the system, and he was talking about changing the political landscape. So I can feel something really shifting here, that I can feel that through doing the podcast, the people I'm meeting, Mankind Project, different places, that there's more and more ex-boarders stepping forward who are really powerful men and women. It's like, right, it's time for things to change. So I really see something unfolding here. So that's exciting. So what else did we kind of speak about? There's many areas I wanted to talk about, but we ran out of time. So maybe next year I'll have him on again for the podcast. So it will go live on Friday at midday, and it's about an hour and a quarter. So we talk about different areas. I think that's kind of it for the sharing for today. We spoke a bit about dissociation, about how we split off and how we can ground. And I love the idea he spoke about, because he worked as a carpenter, this idea of having a nut or a bolt kind of anchoring him, because I feel as ex-boarders we disappear off into our head, especially for men in relationship. We're not there. We're, like he was sharing, looking out the window all the time. And it's like disappearing. And I've definitely found that. My wife often says, "Oh yeah, Piers, come back into your body." So all right, okay, ground back into my body. And that was a really lovely process. I think that's it for today. So if you have any questions, thank you for your questions and sending them through. Like I say, wasn't able to answer all of them, but a lot of them I managed to ask him. So thank you so much, and look forward to speaking to you next week. Okay, blessings.